What's up, everyone? In today's video, I'm gonna show you the absolute fastest and easiest way to beat the final mission, Don't Fuck With Dre. On top of that, I'll be sharing some crucial tips and tricks that will save you a ton of time and completely minimize the risk of getting killed while running this solo. Alright, let's dive right into it. First things first, choosing the right loadout is crucial because it's going to make the entire mission a whole lot easier later on. For my primary weapon, I'm running the combat rifle MK2. The big mag capacity means you don't have to constantly reload. For my secondary, I like using the L Strickler since the aiming feels super smooth. And last but definitely not least, a sniper rifle with explosive rounds is an absolute game changer here. If you haven't unlocked explosive ammo yet, don't sweat it, standard grenades will do the job just fine. Now, vehicle choice isn't make or break here, but if you want to speedrun this and get the fastest time possible, you definitely want something fast. That's why I went with the Hakuchu drag with the HSW upgrade. Now for another massive tip. There are a ton of videos floating around the internet showing that you don't even need to drive all the way to the location to start the fight. You can just shoot the gas tank with a sniper from a distance, and it automatically triggers the cutscene. However, doing that trick only really makes sense if your agency is in a different location than Little Seoul. I personally picked Little Seoul because it's the cheapest option, which is a big deal for players who are just starting to grind for serious cash. Plus, it's only about 0.6 miles away from the destination, meaning the drive takes literally a few seconds. Another reason to just drive there is that if you use the sniper glitch instead, you'll be left without your personal vehicle after clearing out all the enemies. You'd then have to either steal a random street car, call your mechanic, or request your ride through the interaction menu and wait for it to spawn. That wastes precious time, which you can easily save by doing exactly what I'm showing you right here. Once you pull up to the spot, get off your ride and shoot one of Johnny Gun's guards or Johnny itself. Do not drive straight into the place where Johnny Guns is to trigger the cutscene, because if you do, your personal vehicle will vanish, and you'll be wasting time trying to spawn it back in again. As you can see with my method, I can focus on wiping out the enemies while my personal vehicle is still right here waiting for me. When it comes to the enemies, there are a few key details that can really work in your favor. Once you drop the first couple of guards rushing toward you, your priority should be taking out that oncoming SUV. 3 more guys are about to hop out of it, but as you can see, I blew up their ride instantly with an explosive sniper round. If you don't have those yet, a standard grenade will get the job done just as well. Next up, you need to take out the 2 enemies up on the roof, and then clear out the guys taking cover right in front of you. Don't miss anyone here, because if you do, they can easily flank your position and take you down in the blink of an eye. After that, look for another guy on the roof, right above the gas tank, and drop him. Next, 2 more SUVs will pull up. You'll want to blow them up quickly, while also taking out the guards pushing from the main gate. Once you clear the left side, another 4 enemies will spawn further out on the right and start rushing your way. Keep an eye out for one more guy coming out of the side alley during all this, as he can seriously chip away at your health. After wiping them out, the final SUV will pull up. Blow that one up, and we're officially good to head to the airport and finally take care of Johnny Guns. Once you make it to the airport, there are 2 guys right at the entrance that you need to drop. And here's a pro tip. If you take them out with a suppressed weapon, the next guy who usually rushes you the second you step through the door won't even hear a thing. Moving up, the next 2 enemies are taking cover behind some pallets of cargo. You can easily take them down with clean headshots, making sure they don't even get a chance to tag you. As you push a little further in, watch out because one guy is gonna jump out at you from the right, followed immediately by another one from the left. Next, it's a smart move to manually blow up that gas tank ahead. If you get too close and the enemies shoot it instead, the explosion will instantly take you out. While the tank is burning, but before it actually blows, you can pick off the guy hiding behind the car. Once it detonates, you're safe to push up and start clearing out the rest of the enemies on the right side who are trying to block your path. But here's the catch. Only kill the guys who have a direct line of sight on you. We're actually not going to push down the right side at all because it's packed with way more enemies, which just means a much higher risk of getting dropped. Instead, we're gonna head left. You can use a neat little trick here. Either climb up on this vehicle and vault over to the other side, or simply walk right over the blown up gas tank. This lets you completely bypass all those enemies. Just a heads up, though, sometimes the vault mechanic can be a bit janky here, so if you miss the jump, just try again while hugging the left side a bit more. Once you're on the other side of the fence, make sure to top off your armor and health, because you can take some serious damage from enemies shooting at you while you're heading up the stairs. All that's left now is to drop the guy under the steps while damaging the fuel trailer in the process. If you can time the tanker explosion just right, Johnny Guns will be completely disoriented by the blast when you run up, making him a super easy target. But keep in mind, if the timing is off, he's gonna be waiting for you with a shotgun. You definitely don't want to walk straight into his barrel, so it's much better to stay on the stairs and beam him with your rifle. Even explosive shotgun rounds don't do as much damage to him as clean headshots from an AR, and that's pretty much it. Now all that's left is to head upstairs and hit the button to trigger the cutscene. Once it plays, you'll walk out of the hangar with a defeated Johnny Guns, where Dre is already waiting to deal with him. After that, we just need to drive Dre in his car over to the golf club parking lot, where his chopper is waiting. Be careful on the way there not to flip the car on its roof or drive it into the water, because that will instantly fail the mission. Even if that happens, don't panic. You'll just respawn at a checkpoint right outside the hangar, and you'll just have to drive him over again. And that is pretty much it for today. If you followed all of my tips correctly, you should be able to wrap up this entire mission in about 6 to 7 minutes and pocket a cool, round $1 million. If this video helped you out, make sure to drop a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Good luck and catch you later.